Hey, how are you? So, the July 29th exam is just upon us. This video is all about the predicting what might be there. So, let's get started with just the speaking bit first. So for speaking, here are 10 different questions that you might want to keep in mind and prepare for these. Mind you, these are not be-all and all list, it's not exhaustive, but this is kind of like what's been circulating lately. So the first one is talk about an unusual meal you had. So this one is all about food. So again, think about what, when, where, why, who, and how that might impact your answer. Something to kind of keep in mind there. Second is describe your idea of a perfect house. So this one is where they want to test your description capabilities about a house. So, try to organize your idea, try to talk about like how the house might be, the ideal one that you think is. So go room to room, explain what the kitchen might look like, what the size of the house is, and just where it might be and what's important to you. Talk about that. Third is describe about a city you would like to go for a short period of time. So this is all about traveling. Again, focus on vocabulary that is very much specific to traveling. So that'll kind of like help you out there, yeah? Fourth one is describe a piece of technology you find difficult to use. This is happening, like this cue card has been asked quite a bit, so I would keep practice for this one. I've made a few videos on that one, so just go look it up in the cue cards playlist, so have a look there. Up next is describe a crowded place you have visited. So this is all about what the place was, what your experience was, and of course, how you felt, what you saw. It's just describing those things, getting into the nitpicky details of those, and bringing your description to life. That's what you want to focus on. Number 6 is describe an invention. It's, I've made an answer about this one. I use ChatGPT as an example, so go look it up. Number 7 is talk about a place far away that you would like to visit in the future. Again, the theme is traveling again. If you notice this here, traveling, and city here, traveling again. So, that's brush up on your vocabulary regarding traveling. It'll help you out. Number 8 is talk about a time when you received some incorrect information. This is where you can talk about your feelings. Maybe you felt frustrated or you were let down and how it impacted you. How you got the incorrect information, what kind of impact it had on you. So that's how you can frame those answers there. Number 9, describe something special that you would like to buy in the future. This is all about shopping. This is about excitement. This is about feeling good. So talk about that, brush up on that vocabulary, it'll help you out. And finally, describe your first day at school. Now this is kind of like, a little tricky because a lot of us are pretty old and we don't remember the first day at school. So try to think about what you could say there. Again, mind you, it's not about, like your first day at kindergarten. You could also talk about your first day at, say, a new school, or, maybe you started high school in a different school. So talk about that. Just a first day at any school, really. So, that's something you might want to keep in mind for speaking. Now let's move on to reading. So for reading itself, the difficulty is going to be about medium, easy, medium kind of thing. So, focus on fill-ups, focus on short MCQs. These will be there, I think. And of course, there's also be, questions about match the information. So that's something you want to brush up on. I've made a few videos on that. Look those up if you want to brush up your skills on that. Skimming, scanning, those things will really help you out. And of course, comparing the information. Also, focus on antonyms and synonyms and just improving your vocabulary. Expand your vocabulary. That's the theme there. And up next is the long MCQs. So those might be there, so focus on those. And selection of letters. That could be another question type that might come. And true, false, not given. So for true, false, not given, think about skimming, think about scanning, think about reading the question carefully, think about comparing the information from the passage to the question that's asked of you. Okay, so that's something you might want to keep in mind, and this is kind of like, you can prepare for a reading exam. Some skills that you might want to brush up on. First is time management. Make sure you are on time. Don't lose track of it. Second, skimming, scanning, and keyword selection. These 3 techniques, brush up on that. It'll really help you out because you have to save time. Again, if you do these three things, you will also have to do some careful reading once you find where the answer might be. And this is important. So do carefully read and then compare the information. And last, marking. So if you find something, if you find an answer, circle it or underline it or like put a pointer on it, whatever, really. Just so that, when you're flipping pages and you're coming back to it, you know where to look for. Okay? So there you go. Now let's look at writing task 2. What might they be asking you about? So for writing task 2, the first question that I would recommend that you work on is, some people believe that if a child commits a crime, he or she should be punished, while others think it is child's parents who should be punished. Discuss both views, give your opinion. Give reasons for your answer, include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Okay, there's quite a few things that are being asked of you here. First of all, you have to give your opinion and you have to discuss both views, right? So that's important. Then you also have to give reasons for your answers and include any examples. So make sure, you do that. You answer it in its entirety. Don't leave out any things because that's how you lose points. Okay? Number 2, in many countries, students' concentration in the classroom has decreased. What are the reasons for this? What are some possible solutions? Give reasons for your answer, including relevant examples. So we have to give reasons, then we have to give possible solutions as well, and then we have to give reasons for our own answers. That's 3 things, and the 4th is relevant examples. That's 4 things that you have to, answer in this writing task. And again, make sure you hit, the word limit. You lay out the answer the way it's supposed to be, organize your ideas and thoughts, and use appropriate vocabulary. Now, number 3, many people believe that in order to create a happy society, we should ensure that there is only a small difference between the incomes of the richest and the poorest people. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Give reasons for your answers, including relevant examples. So first you have to agree or disagree, you have to give your opinion, then you have to give reasons for your answer, and you have to include any examples that you could. 3 things you gotta do here, right? So make sure you do that. And then, of course, organizing the answers and vocabulary, that is key. Avoid any spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes because those will cost you points. Now, number 4. The role of parents and family in the future success of a person is more important than knowledge and skills learned at school. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Give reasons, and of course, you have to give examples as such. So, there's they're asking you 4 things here. Make sure you hit all the points, and of course, stay on point. Don't lose track of, your thoughts. Organize your ideas before you start writing them. Analyze the question before you start answering it as well. It'll help you out. And number 5, it is more important for school children to learn about local history than world history. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples. Okay, boom, there you go. There's a little bit of stuff that you have to do here. You have to agree or disagree, give your opinion there. Then you have to give reasons, and then you have to include any relevant examples. So 3 things you gotta do here. Make sure you address those 3 things. And of course, remember, time management is key with writing task 2 as well. Okay? Prepare your answers before you start writing. Once you've done that, spend about 5 to 7 minutes here doing that. Once you do that, start writing your answer. And once you've done that, do a quick review of your answer as well. Make sure you write, you provide an introduction, provide BP1, BP2, and a conclusion. You need to have at least 4 paragraphs for sure. If you don't, you'll lose points. Don't do that. So there you go. That's the prediction for July 29th exam. If you have any question, you're feeling a little nervous, drop those comments, and then, we'll work on those. I'll help you out there. So hope you like this video. Share this with your friends who might be studying for the exam or if they're struggling with it. And you know what? It'll help them out. Subscribe. We'll be putting out more information that might be useful to you. Alright, take care. Good luck with your exam. See ya.